Hi, I'm John Freeman. Today we're going to be doing some summer portraits, and I hope to be able to give you a few tips on how to get the best out of your equipment. Today is pretty overcast, but then here we are in England, so it's not to be unexpected. And in actual fact, we can use it to our advantage because it will stop harsh shadows being formed, which is what would happen if we were in bright sunlight. Today I'm going to be taking some shots of Estelle.
Hello.
And we're going to do some just here to begin with, where we're going to concentrate on the background, and we're going to do a couple of shots giving a sense of place by including some pause. Okay, so today I'm using my Canon kit, Canon 1DS Mark III. It's already got the 70-24 on it. I've also brought the 70-200, and I doubt whether I'll use it, but this is the 17-35. They're all fast lenses, all maximum apertures of 2.8. I've also brought my flash, which I might use for a fill. I've got some extension tubes, which I find very useful, especially with the 70-200. And I've also brought along my Canon Ixus today, because lots of people say, well, you've got all this kit, how can you fail? So I'm going to show you how you can get a great portrait with a camera like this. The other thing I brought along is a reflector. This is one of my favorite pieces of kit. This is quite a small, handy one. As you can see, it will tuck into your shoulder bag, but you can just carry it by hand. I prefer it to fill in flash because I always think flash shots look artificial. The other thing I've got is my tripod. Lots of people find tripods cumbersome, but I think it's great because you can set up where you want to take the shot from. If you need to go down, just adjust the model's hair, just something, you know, have a little chat. You know that the camera's going to stay where you put it in the first place, and you've got the shot composed. Okay, so I put the 200 on. I'm using it at 200 and an aperture of 2.8. 2.8 is its widest. It will really knock the background out of focus. So the focus, the emphasis of the shot is going to be on Estelle. So Estelle, let's do some shots here, shall we? Fantastic smile. Absolutely love it. That's brilliant. Chin up a bit. Fantastic. Great. And again, just bring your head round a bit more that way. That's great. Just head round to your left a bit. That's it. That's great. Okay, so I really like those shots. We got some good portraits. Lovely smile Estelle's got. But I just think she's probably just a bit heavy light on that left-hand side as I'm looking at her. So what I'd like to do is, I've got Matt here today who's got my little reflector, and he's just going to position this. You can probably see that happening. Now if you look at the left-hand side of Estelle's face, you can see what that reflector does. Brings in the light, fills it in nice and softly, and we can see exactly what it's doing. Which of course, as I said earlier, with fill-in flash, we don't have that advantage until we've actually taken the shot to see what it's doing. So I can get Matt to hold the reflector here. That's just where I want it. I'm just going to step back to my viewpoint, and I'm going to do some shots. That's absolutely great, and I really like it. Now we've softened those shadows. Now when we're doing portraits, sometimes you'll find the model feels a bit awkward, doesn't know quite what to do with themselves, especially, you know, where do I put my hands? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look round for somewhere suitable to utilize something natural. So Estelle, I've just seen over here. Would you like to come over here? What I'd like you to do is to come here, and I'm going to be over there. I just want you peering through these trees. Yeah? Now straight away, Estelle's looking far more relaxed. I just want to make a couple of adjustments. Estelle, I'd just like you to come into line here, and maybe just slightly leaning on the tree. That's it. That's absolutely fantastic. Really good. Okay. Maybe just get your head going the other way slightly, bring it slightly forward. That is great. That is fantastic. Fantastic. So what we've done there is just use something that's in situ. These trees made a fantastic prop, and Estelle looks really natural against them. Just zoom out just there. Great. Okay, so this time I've done my shots on my Ixus. I used the portrait mode, which automatically sets the camera on a wide aperture to diffuse the background. Puts it out of focus. I've gone in tight. I've zoomed to the telephoto setting. I don't know whether we can see this. It's a lovely portrait of Estelle and gorgeous smile. You can see that background isn't intruding into the picture at all. She's filling the frame. We're using the trees as a prop for something for her to lean on to just give it a more natural feel. And basically, I'm as proud of this shot as I am of the shots that we've just done on the 1DS. Okay, now one of the problems is when the sun comes out and you've got bright sun, is you can see that it makes our model uncomfortable. She's got big shadows under the eyes, she's screwing her eyes up, and it won't be a flattering portrait, no matter how bright that sun is. Just look at those shadows now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn Estelle round so she's got her back to the sun. Now already you can see that she's far more comfortable. The light isn't creating big hard shadows, but I am just going to put some light back onto her there, okay? If we can hold the reflector there, that's absolutely great. We've got a lovely backlight on the hair there. We're going to get some really gorgeous shots here. I can tell that is fantastic. Brilliant smile. Just turn your body that way a bit and head round more. That's it, great. That is fantastic. One more. That's it. What a smile. That's great. I love it. Fantastic. Brilliant. Well done. Okay, so now as you can see, we've turned Estelle round. She's far more comfortable. She's not screwing her eyes up. There are no harsh shadows under the nose or the eyes, and it's a lovely light. Notice also the backlighting on the hair, giving it a lovely halo effect. And when we bring in our reflector, we can just add a little light there, and that makes it really sparkle. So we've got our shots. Hopefully I've shown you what you can do in a small area utilizing natural things like trees to act as props and posing tools. We've shown how we can get the background out of focus to make it a lovely mottled effect so that the emphasis is on Estelle. We've shown how we can backlight when, if we were doing the light directly falling on the model, it would be making it far too uncomfortable for her to pose in. We've done this with a minimum of equipment and also got some great shots on the Canon Ixus.